Hello everyone. Yeah, so today is Saturday. Excuse me, Saturday, April 29th, 2023 at 10:18 a.m. in the morning. I think I got up at about 8:30 and fake retarded Trisha was heavily in my doggone dream and I kind of forgot what the dream details were. So, you know, if it weren't for them attacking my TikTok videos, um, even the private ones. Damn. So that made me mad enough that I pretty much didn't get to go to bed as early as I wanted to, and they're making threats to you know shut down my TikTok or whatever. It's like almost everything I post is a doggone a community violation. So that made me upset enough that that made me upset enough that I pretty much forgot to I was sidetracked and forgot to even take out the chicken to thaw. I was so upset. So it seems like as if my TikTok is on its last legs. Like I can't even say anything about the damn gang stalking at all. It's either I get extremely low views. I get either extremely low views or I get, you know, falsely accused of, violation notice, and they're hitting me in my right, like underneath my right breast. They're hitting me with the direct energy weapons. So I get either 2 or 3 views. Oh man, ow. See, they hit me with weapons. I'm just laying still and they're causing me fake Charlie horse pain right underneath my rib cage on my right side underneath my breast. That's them doing this. So and so I'm getting harassing comments from fake new accounts. I'm getting harassing comments and abusive comments galore on YouTube. And it's amazing how the perps is never breaking any rules. But when the target defends themselves, um, we're breaking every rule in the book. And then the fake moderators want to send a fake automated message saying that we want to make this a safe space for everyone. But it's like they ignore, the target being harassed or whatever. And, when you defend yourself or strike back, it seemed like the only thing I could do is keep blocking them, because if I report them, the reports get ignored. So YouTube and TikTok moderators are part of the gang stalking. So somebody that's supposed to be a target individual got hateful and got mad and blocked me, on Twitter for no reason. Or you didn't like my damn comment that I said, and we never even tweeted at each other. So it's like they got so many people who profess to be targeted individuals, but how they act like they're compliant with the New World Order. I mean, so that person got offended and got real mad and got hateful and blocked me. So it's like, that's why I feel like it's bullshit for people to talk about targeted individuals are God's chosen elect. And then they handpick, um if it's like they think if they personally don't like you, then they think they got the authority to speak that you're not chosen by God because they personally don't like you. So because they had an issue with you or because they don't like you, they think they got the authority to say that you are not chosen by God. So yeah. So it's pretty late and I did not eat breakfast yet this morning. But I said I wanted to eat me some I wanted to eat me some I wanted to eat me some oatmeal for breakfast this morning, kind of switch it up a little bit. But my body's craving to eat more farina. My body is craving to eat more farina, but I said I wanted to switch it up and eat some oatmeal, but I guess I'll have farina again. So, but I thought about maybe I don't know what would happen if I put the couple of chicken breasts if I put the chicken breasts in the toaster oven, with the miniature baking pans. If I put two of them and put one each in the toaster oven after they thawed out, you know. But yeah, I mean, um, so it's like I'm not allowed to express myself about the gang stalking anywhere. You know, how come calling somebody crazy isn't considered a slur? But all the stuff that they say, all the stuff that they say about me, and I'm supposed to just shut up and ignore it. But if I strike back, I'm the one with the abusive, bullying, harassing, hateful behavior, but forbidden slurs and everything. So so I just don't get it. And it sucks when people try to play God and be the judge, and then they judge and punish incorrectly or morally wrong. So it's like you want to punish the innocent and reward the wicked. But it's like, since I got here, this town is too small for me to be gang stalked so heavy. If I'm walking on a residential neighborhood street by myself where no traffic, I guess perps will turn on too close to where I'm at and fraudulently and illegally drive near where I'm at. You know, so the fake Darnell Williams perp came to harass me with another fake new account saying "Greedy Grand Prix" and saying, "Oh, did you go apply for any jobs today?" That's none of your business. But that's why he is the reason why I'm getting high amount of thumbs down on each and every video. For me to get 19 and 20 thumbs down on every video that I get. I mean, every video that I do. So I'm being suppressed on you everywhere. And so the fake Aquarium Doris perp came to harass me with another fake account called Mermaid Doris. And at first I thought the Mermaid Doris was that devil worshipping tranny, but I think that might be somebody associated with him. So this a fake Aquarium Doris, Fish Doris, Mermaid Doris, Demon Doris, or whatever keeps coming with brand new fake accounts, and I have to keep blocking you every day. So I pretty much feel like I've had it with social media. That I don't get to have any freedom of speech or express myself anywhere. I am under heavy attack by people who want to narcissistically pretend to be fake version of God. All y'all can't be God. Multiple human beings cannot be God. There's only one God. But y'all sold y'all soul to the devil so y'all can pretend to be a fake small God. So anyway, I don't know. I still haven't checked yet, but I need to um see how to cook rice in a crock pot. If I try to microwave rice, the rice would if I tried to microwave rice, the rice would spill over and mess up. So so I mean, but yeah. So I don't even know if it's worth it or a waste of time for people to talk about doing swag bucks and inbox dollars. Um, but people say, "Oh, this is a way you can make more money," but you make nothing, and it seems like you just set yourself up to be have your emails spammed without realizing, spammed by more fake surveys. But they had this one legitimate survey, this one legitimate online survey, you know, there's one legitimate online survey that paid me $2, I think it was, but then they never offered me any more surveys ever again, you know. So I think that I'm just done with trying to seek job hunting. And they don't have that many job opportunities. And where I'm living at, it's hard to get transportation to and from work. And to the point where even when I was working at the airport in Pensacola, for me to it was a struggle to get transportation, and then just for me to all that money be spent, my day's wage being spent on a cab ride. It's like counterproductive. It would be counterproductive if I got a job and it's minimum wage or low wage job, and you slave away 8 hours. They won't let you work full time, and then half of that has to be, like, more than half of that has to be spent on a $40 Uber ride for transportation to get back. I mean, it's so counterproductive. But if I had a car that could open up the door to more job opportunities, if I had a vehicle, it will open up the door to more job opportunities. And I may have to travel further. Excuse me. I may have to travel further, you know. But I don't know. But like having no transportation or very very limited transportation seems like another form of prison. But so I plan to work on probably some more blogs and some more um blog posts and maybe TikTok videos, and let's see, blog posts, TikTok videos, and short stories. So I don't know. It feels like as if so many people are. I mean, so many people are against me, but I have to remind myself that I do have at least a little bit of support. Very little though, because so many people who used to support me, they betrayed me and turned their backs on me, and you know, and they go out of their way to act worse than the perps. So and even this morning when I got up, I didn't think to take out the doggone chicken out of the mini fridge. I mean, the little freezer part, and thaw it out. So yesterday I tried to put the bentonite clay on the warts on my hands and try to see, because they had this man on YouTube said that he mixed the bentonite clay with water and then put it all over his skin for days. And then he said that it cured whatever, every like skin ailment that he had. I need to push myself to drink more water, and I need more fiber in my diet. Um, so like, so I mean, while I'm here, everybody, as I said, everybody is saying that Social Security and all that, and SSI is not enough to live on. So, abusive narcissistic perps and fake TI perps, they want to falsely lie and say that Candy is not living. Candy's trying to live above her means, or she's not spending within her means. And she mismanages her money. She scams other people. Y'all just don't want people to live. But y'all fake TI perps, y'all have a house and a fucking car. You're sold out, not being gang stalked anymore. And y'all got donations up pretending y'all got GoFundMe up pretending that you're still targeted. The last time you posted about yourself being gang stalked and harassed was about 5 fucking years ago. 5 years ago. And now you're doing the perping. And some of them post Bible scriptures and pretend to be Christian. And then lie and say that, oh, well, one thing to beat gang stalking is to turn to Jesus. No, you turn to Jesus and get closer to God, your gang stalking get worse. But that's, why else would the Bible say, endure to the end, and you'll be saved? So it's like, life doesn't get better because you're a Christian, but you go through worse. But I guess people say it helps you be stronger. But no way in hell, you just be free of problems the moment you start to believe in Jesus Christ. That's that fake health and wealth prosperity gospel heresy. Because I know personally, when I try to get closer to God, I get sabotaged and attacked even more, but I still try to keep going because I know it's the right avenue. So, but the perps try to remind me at every opportunity that all the bit of persecution and abuse that I get, that is very well deserved. So, I don't know, but it's really confusing and upsetting. So yeah, I think that my oil mixture solution it the oil mixture solution, it you know it successfully really got rid of one wart. But I hate when I try to get rid of a wart and then another one pops up when I get rid of that one. But some people say that if you super um, improve your immune system, if you super improve your immune system, then they say that eventually the warts will disappear. Like if you keep on eating antiviral foods, you know, I know I'm been having a difficulty, with the sugar and sweets and everything. That's a problem with me. Comfort eating, but not all the time. But the perps, online strangers who think that they know you better than you know yourself. And if somebody who's living in a different country like the UK and think they know more about the inside of your life than you do when they're just stalking you online. And then if I say what happened with the gang stalking moment, they'll do a fake follow-up video and say that's not what happened. This is what Candy Grand Prix, this is what happened. So they act like they want to try to override my authority of my I guess testimony of what truly happened. So I don't think that people should be grading my videos based on whether or not the topic is positive or negative. Other professed targeted individuals, that they speak out against the gang stalking, they get like a thumbs up for it. But for me to do the same thing that they're doing, I get thumbs down because you're spreading negativity. But it seems like even if there's somebody in the so-called TI community that's supportive of me, they're connected with so many popular fakes that's my enemies. And it's like what make it easier for them to become my enemy and stop supporting me as well. Or for them to betray me. But they have people who claim that they have the light and, full of Jesus, but they participate in the bullying campaign against you. The slander campaign, the bullying campaign. It's like, how can you say you love the Lord and you're doing this to me and for no reason and based on lies you heard about me, and I never even communicated with you directly. But it's painful when people who say that they're targeted individuals, when they hop on the slander and bullying campaign against another target, and they're defending and agreeing with perps. And the first thing that they'll try to gaslight you and say, well, anybody who disagrees with Candy is a perp. Or just because or you want to cut off all contact with somebody and block somebody because they didn't agree with something you said. But you're going to, if you're supposed to be part of the light, you're sitting there agreeing with and defending darkness and evil and wickedness. No real TI should have ever told me that I got what I deserved, getting wrongfully fired and banned from Sky Zone. And kick you. They see you going through a crisis and then kick you down even harder and narcissistically lecture you or do victim blaming and defend and agree with the perps. And then when you get mad and block them, they will pretend like they're the victim and say, well, I'm done being her babysitter, or I'm done trying to handle her with small young white kid gloves. And or they no, and you approach me. Nobody can't told you to come into my life. You start trying to love bomb and butter me up, and manipulate me to be trauma bonded with Stockholm syndrome, and you'd be a very abusive, and you just don't want somebody with support, you know. So they think that I'm out of this world crazy for being an adult, still traumatized from childhood, and I never had any closure or support, and they think that I deserve to be brutalized. But then you if you're an adult talking about your childhood traumas, but you think you got the authority to muzzle and silence me, and you're a very abusive person. But I mean, some people didn't become targeted until adulthood, but you know, but I don't know, why would you falsely assume that I am faking my childhood traumas or faking adulthood traumas and abuse, or that I'm faking my targeting just for sympathy and money and to get over on people. If you're targeted, then shame on you for saying this, and you defend and agree with the perps. And then people who who I've warned you against, and now you acting like a perp, and you swear up, and then you get mad and make threats to take me to court and sue me for slander when I told the truth about you. That's a gang stalking tactic to say that another TI is schizophrenic or need medication. But when I catch you saying something like that, and I'll be like, well, look, Kevin is I'm not talking about Kevin Christian. I just use a random name, Kevin Christian didn't do this. No, I'm just using a random name. Kevin or Michael or Stephen or, Sally, Mary, whoever, is calling me schizophrenic. Sally, you're supposed to be, a targeted individual, and you're sitting there defending and agreeing with the perp, saying that I deserve to be locked up in a mental institution as punishment for not ignoring, and I'm like, and I get mad and block you, or if I say that, well, Sally had called me schizophrenic and say I need medication, but she's supposed to be targeted too, then they play like they're the victim and come up with a fake follow-up video and slander the fuck out of me, and then make threats to take me to court and threats to sue me for slander. It's like when a fake TI perp sold out and bullying you and acting like a perp, that they are extremely more brutal than the regular perps. I mean, when the fake TI perp sold out and participate in the bullying, they bully you and abuse you to the point where they make Starbreaker and Stephon Adams look like the friendliest people in the world. It's like more brutality when a fake TI perp sold out and start with the bullying, and abuse. So yeah, I don't plan on leaving out of here today, out of this house. So, next Saturday makes a whole month, a whole 30 days since I've been here. I hope to get to stay here, for as long as possible. But even though I feel like this is not my ideal place to live, and I don't want to live here forever, but the upsides is that I glad to have a place to live by myself. I could take a shower when I want. I could sleep when I want. I don't have to worry about curfew or being forced to get up so early in the morning. um, I can cook and eat what I want, really. Well, not I don't always have the convenience, but you know, so I can go back to getting mail or getting mail without much trouble. So I can get mail, and I could get Amazon packages sent to me. Um, you know, they have a few places, nearby and convenient. At least there's the post office and the laundromat and a few eateries, a couple of them, walking distance. It's very convenient. But the walking distance of, getting laundry or getting mail or going to the front office if I needed something. But the downsides is what I really hate is so much high traffic and noise. I don't get peace or quiet. Um, they got a whole damn train that's like a couple of blocks away, and the trains be passing by almost all day, every day. And then that, the loud train or whatever. And they have people, this town is too small to be blasting loud music. You would think that if this is a country small town, you would think it would be quiet. So, DoorDash does not come here at all. And there are like only three places from Uber Eats that would deliver. Three or four, like maybe three places. But they could come all the way from Victoria to come all the way over here. And what else I don't like? I don't like the air conditioner thing, because it seems like with the regular air conditioner here, I never heard of an air conditioner that does not dry as it air conditions. It seems like is it the moisture stays, and if the floor is a little wet or the counter or whatever is wet, it takes hours to dry. And that's an annoyance. I never saw a weird ass air conditioner like that. The air conditioner, it doesn't have a heater. And I wish that those ladies would have told me, well, hey, there's a space heater. I had to discover it on my own. So this morning I had to turn on a space heater. And I have it turned on right now because it was so fucking cold this morning. And then tonight, between tonight and tomorrow, it's supposed to be cold as well. So then excuse me. I don't like there being like a tiny little shower, and then sometimes you get good hot water for a good 20 minutes, and another time I might end up dealing with everything being just lukewarm. So you never know what temperature of water you're gonna get taking a shower. But I hate not having a bathtub that I could take my detox baths and soak and lay down in. So I might have to buy a kiddie pool and find ways to heat up water, for my detox, or try to find creative ways to heat up water for my detox baths. And, get a kiddie pool and just soak in the kiddie pool. In the doggone living room. Like, get a kiddie pool and soak in the kiddie pool in the living room. So, but it would be hell to try to go and manually empty out the water out of the kiddie pool. So if I could take like an Epsom salt and Benton, the detox bath that I would take, it would have to, I get a kiddie pool and try to soak in the kiddie pool for like 45 minutes or so, yeah, so the fact that I don't get peace and quiet because of too much traffic and noise and people blasting loud music, and me not getting to have like a regular like bathtub, and I thought I had more things that I said I didn't like about this place, but and another thing I like the idea that I have 2 beds up in here, or like 2 bedroom or whatever. I like that. But I don't like my water splashes all over the place when I try to wash my hands or wash dishes. It splashes all over the counter. But yeah, other than that, I'm glad to be here and have a place to live. So I mean, it's like it was a big struggle and nobody wanted to help, and it's like I was just trying to ask for a hand up, with this opportunity that I'm like, I got, this this one bit of this one thing I just need help with getting down there, and I needed help with getting enough money to to be able to rent this place this month. So I mean, now next month, for the month of May, you won't catch me at all asking for help with the rent to stay here, because I have my Social Security check is coming, and I'm getting this tiny little SSI check as well. And so the Social Security check and the SSI check, they're enough to cover the expenses to stay here. I wish I could get all my stuff out of the storage unit in Pensacola and, get rid of what I need to and keep what I need. But I mean, I don't have the funds or a way to or the help or a way to get to do that. But that could be like almost $125 a month extra that I could have to myself if I can, you know, get all my belongings out of the storage unit and then come back over here. But knowing how this gang stalking operates, the perps will strategically wait till I'm gone to get all my stuff out of the storage unit in Pensacola and then come back over here and then come to find out I get wrongfully banned from here. I can't stay here no more. That's how the perps operate, you know. But I never heard of really of any professed targeted individuals that if they had a year lease for an apartment or a house or whatever, if they ever got evicted just because of exposing their neighbors gang stalking them or whatever. But the idea of getting wrongfully kicked out of and banned from entire towns and shit like that because of exposing the gang stalking or simply being homeless, you know. I mean, I thought getting off the streets, I felt hopeless and thought it was impossible, you know, but the majority of my income is, you know, this place will take up the majority of your income, but you didn't have to pay a deposit or a move. Well, only a $35 application fee, but you didn't have to have background checks, deposit, like, or you didn't have to come up with 3.5 times the rent or none of that, you know. So they put it in the category of hotel. So I guess that make me scared every night because the idea that it would be, you know, easier for them to kick me out or ban me from here for exposing the targeting. But it's like, I hate the idea that, oh, the only way that I can be rewarded with a job or a place to live is to tolerate the abuse and stay quiet about it. And I cannot keep quiet because I'm extremely hypersensitive with everything. And I have to call out everything. Plus, I have OCD. So, and I have Tourette's. And I've been having all these conditions since foster care. So, that Champa Chakraborty lady, I don't know if she's dead or alive. The childhood foster care psychiatrist, I don't know if she's dead or alive. So, they used to say that Dr. Chakraborty looked like the fake foster mom, Adrian Felder. So, and Dr. Champa Chakraborty of Meadowcrest it wasn't the hospital, but it was the medical center right by the hospital. She was part of the gang stalking as well during my teenage years. Like, after the situation with Lanika and the Kraft family and everything, it seems like when the foster grandma Mildred Collins died, seems like I was still a child in foster care and I was pretty much canceled. I was pretty much canceled before turning 15 years old. Can you picture that? Can you picture being canceled and muted while still a minor? And then blacklisted and workplace mob and still a minor in foster care? And y'all falsely accused me of lying for sympathy, pity, attention, and money? I mean, as I said, what make y'all think that I will wake up one day and just decide, okay, I'm going to start scamming everybody online? No, I needed legitimate help. And the perps brag about lying on you and destroying you. I needed legitimate help off the streets. So, I just don't get it though. And they brag about how easy it is for them to stalk and destroy me. They say, ha ha ha, you just made it easier for us. You're so dumb. You're not all that bright. Candy just made it easier for us to stalk her. The fact that she put all her social media links on Linktree. But y'all already had access to all of my accounts before I put the Linktree up. And I did that for my supporters, not for you stalkers. So I got my Medicare card in the mail yesterday. My replacement Medicare card, finally it came. And my Medicare card came, and also my Medicare card came in the mail, and also I got my Texas driver's license in the mail, and also the food stamp people said that they have received my application and that it's processing. So this is the longest I ever had to wait for some doggone food stamps. I mean, to even get an interview for food stamps. It's been over 2 weeks. Usually it'd be like a couple of days, that they call you up and tell you, about the food stamps. So, I mean, to set up the interview for food stamps. So, but Texas is one of those states where you usually would get like over $100 in food stamps. If you get over $100. But like in New Orleans, my hometown, just before I became homeless, the most food stamps I ever got, I was getting like $194 a month in food stamps. But then one thing that's messed up, like, well, if you have a Section 8 or a place to live and you get SSI and Social Security, you can get food stamps. But if you become homeless with that same income, even if you got storage bill and phone bill and everything, or maybe other bills, If you're homeless and get an SSI check, they don't give you food stamps. And some homeless people, I mean, like Ramona tried to say it was that the biological brother Sean was stupid for getting a weekly motel for like 1 or 2 weeks and then his check run out. Well, you wouldn't let him stay with you, but you would take all his money and go gamble with. Because the money ain't spent on you going to go gamble with. Oh, he's stupid for spending up his own money, you know, off the streets. And that was the point in time me, Sean, and Wyatt were all homeless on the streets at the same doggone time. But Sean got him a place long before I did. And, you know, it's like the Pete had got Sean to start thinking big-headed and arrogant. Pete brainwashed Sean, and because Sean used to be like me, and Sean had never thought arrogant or, you know, think he elevate himself to think he's better, so, you know, Sean had been so used dealing with, you know, like when people try to make a fool out of Sean, me and Sean, and sometimes my twin sister back then, if they used to make a fool out of us. But the thing is, because Wyatt is put in the light skin category, he gets to participate in the bullying and abuse. And Wyatt, if Wyatt had any of our skin color, then he would be singled out and hated, like it, or outcasted. You know, but Pete is the blackest one in the doggone family, but he had, like, he delusionally believed he's a thug and he's too old. But you know, I heard that everybody act like that towards Pete because they're fearful of him. They're fearful of Pete. But they hate me, my twin sister and Sean. We're not included because we're not light skinned in the family. But then my twin sister thinks she's better than me. They glorify her, try to talk about she has better hair than I do. But Derek is brown skinned, you know. But they glorify Derek because his eye color is light. But the biological mom, Frances, had extremely light brown eyes with a grayish blend. She was brown skinned, you know. But the biological mom, Frances, was singled out, outcasted, and hated too. And I felt bad, you know, because the foster mom brainwashed us. You know, I wish I could take that back. That I felt bad that, you know, I disrespected the biological mom. But then again, she disrespected and abused me too. So, but the biological mom, Frances, was very much persecuted, hated, and abused by her own doggone kids. But at the same time, she used to make false rumors about her own kids. I mean, she herself thought it was funny to make incestuous rumors about her own kids. But she was incestuous and weird herself. Like, the whole doggone family except me. Like, what the hell are you doing making sexual comments about your own uncle and shit like that? I mean, certain family members do stuff like that. And I'm like, y'all weird. Y'all are weird. So, I'm glad to stay away now. You know, me fighting to get included and accepted into the family and be just rejected, rejected, rejected. I mean, my own sister Ramona sitting there making sexual comments about me. You know, I had to run, trying to touch people on their leg and stuff. Like, I'm gone. Bye. Y'all weird. But y'all call me the crazy ones and talk about me having inappropriate bad behavior. Pete, Ramona, Wyatt, my twin sister, all them weird and incestuous. Derek, my nephew Raymond, all of them motherfuckers. Yeah, Pete, Ramona, and yeah, all of them. So making sexual comments about your own doggone brother. But they'll reverse and lie and turn everything on you. I mean, oh, and my nephew John too. He molested a whole damn child in the family. Well, not our side, but his baby mama's child that's not for him. So, but y'all sit there and call me the crazy one. It's like they want to, you and my sister try to rub me on my leg and dare me to ever speak out or say anything or question what you're doing. Even my aunt, drunk lady Yvonne, tried to make those weird comments at me one time. She gets drunk and then wants to kiss everybody. She have herpes, fever blisters all on her damn lips and wanting to wet kiss people while she's fucking drunk. I don't know why I would get herpes, fever blisters, and HPV warts. I get those mixed up sometimes. That they're two different ailments, but I've heard people say that, like, if the mainstream medicine say that there's no cure for herpes, I heard that if the mainstream medicine says there's no cure for herpes, then I've heard people say that they successfully cured herpes and HPV and all that. Or if they say there's no cure for HPV and they say that they were naturally able to reverse and cure the HPV. Or that they were naturally able to cure their HIV/AIDS. That they were naturally able to cure their diabetes. And that they were naturally able to cure and reverse cancer. So, people think that, going to chemotherapy and dying from your chemo treatments is, your time to go. No, you died before your time, because I don't know if you wanted to die or if you would have wanted to live longer. So if you would have appreciated living longer and you know, and not having those torturous treatments, but me but me being here, I need to work on myself to try to eat better. But it looked like I might have to go all the way to mainland Victoria. I would have to go all the way over there to get a real grocery store. This is crazy that this doggone town just have a doggone Dollar General and building a new Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. I mean, I don't appreciate living off of that. Damn it, I want me some real fruits and vegetables. I don't want to live off of packaged and microwave foods, or just nothing but Mexican food or Dairy Queen. I want me some real fruits and vegetables. I have the desire to want to eat healthier and better my life. But, it's nice to have like some brownies or pound cake or, ice cream, but I still wish I can eat better and improve my health. But, while I hate not being able to have, convenient transportation to get where I need to go, it's like I have to schedule an appointment in advance. But the good thing is free. It's free, And it's like if you schedule that appointment, you don't always get the times that you want. Or even the times that you need. So if I have an appointment at the Social Security office, if they say they can't pick me up for 2 or 3 hours, then what I would have to do is, what I would have to do is I would have to sit around. Go to a place of business like I'm homeless and go buy something to eat and kill time there to stay out of the hot sun and stuff like that, because it's about to get hot, about to be summer, so then, to go somewhere and get something to eat and then to get something to eat and then after you eat something, then just we used up the Wi-Fi and kill time until your ride comes, so, or go to freaking Target or fake Walmart or something like that. So I hope I can just, they won't even let me change or update it online. But I have to manually go back to the Social Security office. I'm hoping I can mail off a letter. But getting, if I gotta, I hope I could just mail off a letter rather than physically going back up there just to change, just because the lady got one number wrong in my P.O. box. So, if I didn't have the loud traffic right by here. I mean, I'm glad it's better to walk like, you know, 1 block to the office, or 1 block, you know, to any of these, you know, stores. But if I would have lived on the other side, um, I probably would have had a better chance at peace and quiet. You know, I probably could have had a better chance at peace and quiet. But I mean, I could have had a better chance at peace and quiet, but I probably would have had the inconvenience of having to walk further to certain places, you know. So, um, but living in a place like this, because it's not a 1 year lease, I don't get that opportunity to get to rent a car. So, I'm hearing a lot of people say that by July, Fed now is probably going to be in place, making more way for the mark of the beast and more global enslavement. So, make me feel so doomed, you know, that I mean, I heard some people say, you know, they have people who do homesteading off grid, and they make a living by being popular and well liked on YouTube. You know, if they do canning and preserving and gardening and homesteading and preparing, you know, but living in a place like this, I don't have the tools, you know, for canning. I mean, like if I were to cook, you know, chicken and do canning, I don't know if it's possible. You know, because I heard about pressure canning and water bath canning. I mean, I took a class in Los Angeles. I think it was water bath canning and canning some orange marmalade jelly, or was it peach? No, it was peach jam or something like that. But I lived poor in Los Angeles. You know, if my um if my rent in Los Angeles, I was on Section 8, and I think the rent probably was like, I don't remember if it was $179 a month, and then I had to pay water, trash. I mean, no, not water. I had to pay electricity, trash, and sewer. And I had to pay electricity, trash, and sewer, and I had to pay a gas bill with SoCal Gas. And so I had to pay all those bills: electricity, trash, sewer, and gas bill. And they said, well, you get SSI, you don't get food stamps. Well, I was getting, well, after the biological parents died, they said if you make $1 in SSI, you still do not qualify for food stamps. Because before the biological parents died, so it's like my Social Security, like, because they raised the Social Security up. I mean, I'm sorry, they raised up the SSI $156 in Los Angeles. So you didn't get food stamps. So because of that, it made my SSI almost equal to the amount of my Social Security. So when I first got to Los Angeles, my SSI was 402, and then the Social Security was 448. But in Texas, the 402, if you subtract 156 from that, that's how much I was getting in Denton, Texas before I left. So I was getting like $152 in food stamps in Denton, Texas, before I had to flee. But, you know, in Los Angeles, I had to live off of lots of food banks. So after the biological mom, Frances, died, my Medicare and Social Security went into her name, and they raised the price of the the amount of Social Security, but they lowered the SSI. And then when Arthur died, because see, my name was under Arthur when Arthur was alive, so don't tell me that Arthur's not your daddy. I got the same last name. I've been getting Social Security benefits from Arthur. I don't know why they didn't get Sean's Social Security, but they said he just got SSI. But Ramona had been lying for years. Lying and saying she didn't get any income or get no money. She lied about everything. I found out that me, Ramona, and Wyatt were the only 3 kids that was getting Social Security from Arthur. I would have found out sooner or later, and then they split the $255 between us, and we ended up getting each $85. And so the biological parents died around the time of that government shutdown. And the people at the Huntington Park, Los Angeles Social Security, they were extremely rude and abusive. So, the Inglewood Social Security office, I think that they treated me a little better. But Huntington Park in downtown LA, they really trash. But they used to refer me. No, it wasn't Inglewood. It was Baldwin Park, I think. Somewhere around there. Somewhere near Crenshaw, something like that, you know. But so then, you know, the biological mom, Frances, passed away. Like my Social Security and Medicare was under Arthur all these years. And I heard that we were supposed to have a trust fund. The fake foster mom took all that. Trust fund, Social Security, back pay. Foster mom took it. And so I don't know why y'all think I would be lying about stuff like that. So speaking of that, all the lies that my twin sister said about me, Y'all believe it without question. Just to manipulate for Candy to look like a horrible person. And a vile creature. Yeah, the perps call me a vile creature. So this perp came, like Cross Heart 777, came on my page yesterday and said, "Oh, are you sure your twin sister did these things? You know, if she really did do these things, then why social services didn't get involved, and why this, why that?" And then they said, "Well, those are some huge and harsh allegations." Like, motherfucker, but if you were on her page, you wouldn't have questioned or said nothing like that. That's how I knew you were a perp sent to me. Don't come and make it like I'm making false accusations. But y'all believe her lies without question. Even professed targeted individuals believe my twin sister lying and saying you are not gang stalked. When I have screenshots of her lying and saying that gang stalking is not real, when she participates in it. Talking about some gang stalking is not real. When she participates in it and defending and agreeing with my gang stalkers. And think it's funny to leave me suffering, crying out for help on the streets. So if people question Brandy, why you got all that money, why don't you help your twin sister? And then she'll make up a lie to manipulate them to feel like I deserve to be suffering out there on the streets. But yeah, she did that to all that to her kids, what I said she did. I lied about nothing. So anyway, you know, so the foster mom, you know, took all you know, taking our fucking money and everything. And she was even taking Joni's social security checks when Joni was getting $394 a month from the foster dad, Al, because Al adopted her. The foster mom and Al, they adopted their cousins, you know, Anne's cousin, Adrian Felder's cousin, Cricket's daughter, Joni. And then what's crazy was that Joni's biological brother, James, was the foster grandma, Mildred Collins. That's Adrian Felder's mom. Mildred Collins had James as her foster son. So it was weird that, you know, the fake foster mom Anne was falsely parading James as her younger brother. You know, but the foster mom Anne, you know, James thought it was, you know, he laughed it off about the idea of being 20 years old and getting a $20 allowance and still being treated like a punished child, and, you know, can't even walk. You know, the foster mom even controlled me after I turned 18, that I would be 18 years old and she would yell at me if I went across the street by the Kraft family without her knowing about my whereabouts. Now, if I'm 18 or 19, 20 years old, still being treated like this, can't even walk across the street. Or I can't even walk down the street. If I'm college age, about to graduate, 21, 22 years old, and get at the John Kraft and the Masonic Smelly Kraft family across the street, would tell the foster mom, "Oh, I saw Candy getting gas at, 2 blocks away at the Circle K." So if I'm in my 20s and still, you know, the John Kraft, still stalking and spying on us and reporting everything back to the foster mom, and the foster mom yell at me like I'm still a child. you know. So anyway, I was trying to say that the biological mom Frances, when she, like my social security was under Arthur all these years. And then when the biological mom Frances died, they put me under her record. And then they raised my social security but lowered the SSI. They raised the social security but lowered the SSI. And then after that, excuse me. Then when Arthur died, I mean, look, when the biological mom Frances died, they raised the social security but lowered the SSI, and they gave me a whole different Medicare card number and everything, different Medicare. And then 2 months later, when he died, I mean, if the family weren't going to tell me, I was going to find out through Social Security that the biological parents died. So then, when Arthur died 2 months later, all my Social Security record, everything went back under him, but they raised my Social Security even higher, but lowered the SSI, and that's the reason why my SSI now is $9.10 a month, and the Social Security is like only $24. But the thing is, Social Security system and the SSI, it's like, who the fuck they want to enslave disabled people to, being wrongfully punished, like as if, they want to keep people enslaved to force low income. And then they threaten you that, oh, if you start to work, then you lose your benefits, and then you're going to have to pay all that back and this and that. But then they had the programs, like Ticket to Work that's supposed to protect you. Ticket to Work and self-sufficiency. I never asked to be on Social Security in the first place. But I guess being on SSI and Social Security is both a blessing and a curse. But, but I never asked to be on it. So they want to try to restrict you to force low income. And it's like, people can't even live off of that. So, it's like they're giving people disabled and elderly crumbs, and they know that they could give us more. But, it's really sad that they make it like elderly and disabled have less rights to live than, than everybody else. They're not even, like, they have like a Ticket to Work. They even have work at home programs or work from home programs. And me being targeted, the vocational rehabilitation have oppressed me and left me suffering. And even the Ticket to Work program, it seemed like they be trying to keep you down and suppress your capabilities and everything. And I'm like, why the hell you keep giving me all these low wage part-time jobs? You're not even trying to accommodate me properly. So if I'm supposed to deal with voc rehab, they don't even try to pull strings to be on it to help me, get a job. Who the fuck wants to do damn janitorial or dishwashing? And I have a bachelor's degree under my belt. Even when I had a place, they did not help me with getting me equipment, like computer equipment, and set up for me to work at home. But then again, I got these bitch ass fake neighbors, fake crusty crackhead neighbors that I had to live next to that will wait till, if I were to get a job, wait till then to start the noise campaign. So I mean, I have Wi-Fi up in here, but they want, like, the work at home jobs want hardwired internet. They want hardwired internet. um, and when I had the Section 8 place at the last place I was living at in 2018, the hardwired internet, the internet connection was still very slow with Cox Cable in my hometown, New Orleans, in Gretna. And I tried to set up a work at home. I just moved in there. I had got workplace mod from the zoo job, and Next Rep rejected my job application. So they want hardwired internet. So I'm trying to figure out, without a vehicle to drive, or without a car, how can I, without a car, how can I possibly make money from my phone? I mean, using my cell phone. I mean, I make it very little with YouTube. So it took me three months to get $100. So, and then the perps started attacking my channel. Start attacking my channel and try to get me taken down wrongfully. And you don't have the authority to say what punishment I deserve. So then, they suppressed my short stories. I mean, or my ebooks. Y'all know what they do. I already told y'all. I recently put out an ebook. I mean, as I said, I would have waited longer and took my time, and my plan was to do a recipe every day, but I couldn't even do all that. So I mean, so I shortened it to 2 weeks, and but I mean, as I said, the only thing I can do, there's a chance I might get something, is continue to write my short stories and try to write and publish more ebooks. Y'all want me to learn my lessons from publishing and writing ebooks when y'all don't have the authority to do so. And then y'all think y'all got the authority to rewrite my history. You don't know what I went through. I mean, how can you say that this is not what happened in foster care? This is what happened. You weren't physically there. So, I mean, I don't even know if I might take the time out and write an entire, autobiography on my life. But I thought about, I mean, I think I did, though. It was a PTSD ebook that I wrote, and Star Bricker wanted to try to pretend to fake clown me about that ebook. I even said that I know I'm not fully healed, but I'm just sharing my experiences. Talking about some healing hardly. And then she goes out to, but as I said, they're doing this to suppress my income and let me know that they've been stalking. But I hope they get prosecuted one day soon. Like, how you a criminal stalker telling other people about your behavior? I mean, you're telling other people about their behavior. But you're a criminal stalker and sex trafficker talking about somebody's behavior. So, yeah, they want to suppress my ebooks, suppress my writings, and try to force me to stop writing and act like they think they got the authority to restrict me from writing. And I have screenshots of Starbricker saying that my writing is not work. So when other people write ebooks, she try to say it's such great, stellar work and well deserved, whatever. But when it comes to me, my short stories is not considered work. This is my side hustle. Attempted side hustle that y'all keep trying to block and suppress. But y'all gang stalking, why y'all call that work? And then you lie and say nobody's stalking you. But I'm saying Starbricker has multiple personalities. It's like dealing with her. I mean, I've had I've had to try to cuss her out over the phone. And she even told me over the phone that, that I should stop writing and that my writing is so horrible. But she's a manipulator and gaslighter, and she's a compulsive liar. And she projects all of her crimes and traits onto me. So you're sitting here dying of cancer and trying to ruin people's lives. So I don't even know if that Teresa Perp that make false bad reviews on my Amazon ebooks. I don't even know if that Teresa Perp. I mean, you just go making comments without reading the book. And you just copied and parroted what Starbricker said. I don't know if that Teresa Perp is the same perp as the fake Aquarium Doris perp. Or Demon Doris. Dirty Demon Doris 666. There. Your 666 way ticket to hell. Proud to throw up the devil horns emoji. I mean, how is it you willfully serve the devil? Are you a cult member? A member of a cult? And you think that you can police someone's behavior? When you're a whole criminal cult, devil worshipping criminal cult member. So I mean, I'm not allowed to report y'all for harassment, but y'all can report me for trying to stand up for myself. So, I mean, if they won't leave me alone and they're stalking my every move, and then when I expose them, they try to threaten me, say, keep mentioning my name, keep mentioning me, watch I do this to you. While they can't keep my name out of their mouths, and they're the ones who's delusional and obsessed. And for me to expose their tactics, they falsely make it like as if I'm the one who's the sick, obsessed weirdo stalking them. I have zero reason to be obsessed with Starbricker. But hopefully, if I write more ebooks, maybe people might catch on, to the idea that, oh, these people keep the same one person or the same two people keep on making bad reviews. Um, you know, and Star Bricker would try to pretend to fake like she's delusionally believes that she's clever enough, fake clever, delusional clever, to act like as if she's just an outsider making an honest review when she's a obsessed, jealous, stalker hater that think that she got the authority to put a halt to everything I try to accomplish: jobs, writing, a place to live, hotels, restaurants, everything. And she gonna, I mean, she does not think that what she's doing is wrong. So if you know how I write, I mean, I hope if I put out more ebooks, I hope that people will catch on. I hope that people will catch on and realize these are some bitter, jealous haters, or something's really wrong with these people that's jealous, you know. But being targeted, even other professed targets be in on the bullying and don't even step in to defend you. But if I speak out against a fake TI perp, they have a whole fake gang called army to come and devour and attack me if I speak the truth about one of the popular fakes. So y'all, we all have to realize that if people say targeted individuals need to come together and stick together, as long as there are fake TI perps, there is no coming together for the TI community. I mean, it seems like the real TIs are isolated by ourselves and getting hurt by the popular fakes, exploited by the popular fakes. The popular fakes, PREY, preying on our suffering, and they just attach the name targeted individual and steal the suffering of real targets and then make it as their own. And they will even go as far as to Photoshop or video edit other people's stuff and then make it as if they're suffering, to manipulate and convince you to believe that Doris Claus, who Midge Mathis or whatever, the fake electronic weapons, to manipulate you into thinking that she's a real fucking TI. Either that or she probably was, because people have exposed targeted justice as a CIA front. And now they're trying to make it like targeted justice. Oh, get on board to go file a lawsuit with targeted justice because targeted justice is fighting for us TIs. No, they might take all that money for themselves. What's the point of me putting in, for a lawsuit where I won't even be able to see a penny? There's beef between me and targeted justice. They're the popular face, and people say that that targeted justice, they ought to call it fake TI perp injustice. So all these top agencies, like Targeted Justice and Shayla Avance with the surveillance survivors, and quite a few others, the Freedom from Covert Harassment. People say fraudster, they falsely called Dr. Catherine Horton, and all these people have oppressed real TIs. So I personally never talked to Catherine Horton, but somebody said that Catherine Horton is a perp, and the person who organizes the TI rallies, I can't think of her name at the moment, but um somebody said that who the person who organizes the TI rallies, that she's is not even a TI, but supposedly there to support. But I mean, you're not gonna support TIs and not be targeted too. So people, that Meeks B person, some people were saying she's a perp. So I don't know, you know. But nobody ever from the TI community ever invited me to do a live stream with them, a conference call with them, or really none of that, you know, or like a duet video to interview me about my targeting. And so it's like I'm sitting here dealing with my suffering by myself. And it's like I'm canceled, wrongfully canceled and muted and discarded and excommunicated, you know, and exterminated from the TI community. While I'm sitting here suffering through this shit myself. But they don't question who really are perps. The people who really are perps, they get falsely glorified as, you know, the greatest TIs. But I got so many people in the so-called TI community who slandered and hated my guts and narcissistically abused and try to control me. And so it's a red flag if you claim to be a targeted individual and you brag about perping people for revenge. So, but you say you're targeted. If you say you perp somebody for revenge, I don't trust you. So I'm gonna have to go now. At the moment, it's 12:05 p.m. I'm gonna have to go now because I have been holding my pee for about a half hour, and I haven't eaten or drank anything today yet. And I still gotta thaw out that doggone chicken. I might have to eat out today and then, you know, thaw out the chicken tomorrow or overnight or something. So I'm gonna start my day, and I'm gonna try to be productive and work on some writing, and I'm gonna write some more ebooks.